I think I'm on chess.com this evening. Yes, I am indeed. 6 p.m., guys. And looking at the probably most famous internet chess teacher, coach, streamer, international master Levi Roseman himself with the black pieces playing a Carol Khan against the GM. That's a hell of a position here. Heck of a position here because the last move, first thing first, are we bloody live? Just, I think I need to do a couple of quick checks here. I mean, I hope we are, right? Still waiting for that message. What is it? Come on. Will they come? Yeah, I think we are live. So where were we? Yeah, of course. So what I'm noticing here, guys, is that the knight on d4 actually threatens to get this guy here. And that's just something. Of course, queen will take back. Or I'm really liking actually the white queen has to make sure all the time that g2 is being double protected. It's a nice pressure. It's good to put pressure. Especially this guy could become a little bit dangerous, especially if that pawn goes forward and such. And you gotta be keeping an eye on that bishop if you're having the black pieces. So I think Levy did the right stuff on knight on d4. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. 6 p.m. UK time now. Managed to put the camera on a bit earlier. Judging by the message on Facebook, I guess I am live indeed on Facebook as well. And YouTube, I did check indeed I am. So White plays Tomas Sosa, playing for Spain. No, apologies, Argentina. Sorry, I took the name and I just launched quickly. So rook to e, that's a check and that's non-negotiable. You could perhaps move the king. I guess that would be something you kind of need to do. I'm not sure it is advisable here placing yourself in a pin, so to speak. I'm not sure. We can debate on that one, but it just feels weird, all of it. Probably you have to move the king. Where? Well, you either go F or you go D. Yeah, where would you go, by the way? Raj, where would you move the king? Would you move the king or would you block with the black knight? How would you respond to rook a e1 check? Frankly, just honest answer. Levy seems to be also running low on time a little bit. I mean, compared with his opponent, the Argentinian GM, is running a bit low on time. So, let me just erase. No, you can't do knight. You can't do knight d4. I don't like it. Probably king f8. No, you can't do that either because you're dropping the knight. So probably you gotta go d, right? Awful. What do you play? What options have you gotten? King d8. King d8, you protect the knight. You go off the e file. The e file is very dangerous. So yeah. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, he goes F. Right, guys, what is wrong with the queen? Ah, of course. What's wrong is knight f3. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Very sharp. Very, 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 very sharp. So the idea seems to me is that if white takes on d7, if queen takes on d7, queen goes away from the g2 defense, and then you got yourself a massive check, and then you got yourself a checkmate. Actually, if you take the knight as the biggest blunder a GM can play at this stage, I think if I understand this, most certainly the GM understands it very, very well. So if you take the knight is deadly, you're actually losing because knight f3 checks. You don't have an option. You move whatever you want to move. It doesn't even matter what you do. because next would be queen g2 checkmate. So you can't really take the knight here. This is untakeable. You can't take it. You absolutely cannot take it. Totally can't take it. Yep. Out of the question. Totally out of the question. Okay. My 2 cents would be now maybe a little bit of a rook lift. Could it be rook e3? Just try keep an eye on the bishop on f3. I think it's very interesting, very sharp, and frankly, I just love the position they got themselves into. I love it. It's absolutely great. I really do love it. Yeah, if you're rooting for someone in particular, guys, let me know, because we can, like, for instance, just go and have a look at what Eric Rosen plays, and Anna Kramling plays as well. So your favorite streamers are doing the first round this evening. So I don't know what's the time in Madrid. I think it's 1-2 hours ahead of UK. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, if I were the Argentinian player now, probably I'd go for some like rook e3 thing. Rook e3, defend a bit the bishop, and perhaps the other rook f to e later on. Well, I mean, maybe. David, good to see you. And yeah, good to see you, my friends. Good to see you, folks. Thanks for visiting the stream now. Madrid Chess Festival, round number 1. I've just stopped for Levi Roseman. Of course, we could go watch the Eric Rosen's game, and perhaps Anna Kramling's, if you guys prefer it in this way. That's perfectly fine by me. Again, I was just saying that queen can't take here. Have you seen this, David? If queen would take this guy, it's a checkmate in 2 moves. With knight f3, king goes, and then queen to g2, checkmate. So the GM certainly saw that already. So we're not going to see any queen d7 for sure. We ain't going to see that. If we saw that, the other grandmaster saw this as well. Yeah. So, rook e3. What else is here? I guess you can play rook e3. I would play rook e3 straight away. Moving the king in a corner just to, you know. But I don't know. Maybe. It just feels a little bit extra defensive to play in this fashion, king h1. Although you could, I don't think it's fundamentally a bad move. But black is going to play, very likely, black's going to do something with the knight. As soon as you play rook e3, they're going to do something with this knight. Well, I don't know what exactly yet, but I assume they could do this kind of stuff anytime. Or they could do just knight, sorry, apologies. Can they do knight to e5? Of course they bloody can. Because then one knight takes, and then you got a massive issue. So frankly, I think white has to actually incorporate this idea. You play rook e3, they're going to be playing knight e5 with the purpose knight e5 takes f3, for instance. And how are you dealing with that? Well, that's a problem. Therefore, that makes me think, David, that makes me think that actually white is supposed to be playing something like king h1. You really have an issue after knight a5. I don't know what to say. Or maybe rook e3, knight e5, king h1, then knight takes, rook takes. No, that's a disaster. That's a bloody disaster. Dude, what on earth are you talking about? What comment being ignored? What are you saying there, Mr. Cheater? Weird people. Right. So, rook e3, I don't know. King h1. King h1 maybe. Yeah, king h1. I'm not sure. King h1. Rook e3. No. I'm still concerned about knight e5 and what exactly is white supposed to play afterwards after rook e. So rook e3, knight e5. What do you play? King h1, knight takes. Your bishop. Rook e3, knight e5. Then you have to play the bishop. And if you play the bishop, like where? Bishop e4. Huh. Then they're gonna push f5. Again, you've got an issue. And everything is connected with the f3 square. That's for sure. It's difficult to... Actually, Levy got himself into quite a good situation here, especially after king f8. Looks like black really is threatening something here. Rook e3, knight e5. Okay, what does that even mean? Ah, that's a nice idea. Do you know what, David? After knight e5, I think Thomas wants to play on one of these two squares. I'm not sure which one is most aggressive. Probably taking on b7. I'm not sure why, because, I mean, it could be some rook b8, and then you're going to drop that guy anyway. But maybe you want to play bishop c. Nah, you can't do bishop c. You have to play bishop d5. So, and nevertheless, d6 had been played, guys, because bishop wants to go to d5. That's the reason. That seems to be the reason. Yes. Totally. Have they moved? No, that's Levy's turn now. 95, bishop b7. Then maybe rook b8. Maybe rook b8. Bishop goes, say, d5. Then rook takes b2. I think that's definitely playable. Definitely playable. Well, it's a good question. I think the Argentinian Grandmaster actually asked quite a nice question here. With that pawn to d5, d5 to d6, I think it's quite a good idea. And also you move away nicely from the knight e5 threat and stuff. Now the question is if you should you take right now on f3? Knight takes f3, queen must take, knight plays attacking queen, queen has to go, b7, and actually you can't. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Rook b8 or maybe excessively defensive? Maybe still knight e5. Very, very, very difficult. The position is very sharp and quite creative. No, Levy goes for this. That's a very nice tactic found by Levy. And that is, if queen takes, it's knight f3. You can't take the knight. And then Levy's going to take your queen for free. That is a very nice little find by Levy here. Very nice, very nice, very nice find. Really nice. So queen grabs h4, then knight f3 check. You gotta move, and then knight takes to h4, taking the queen back and still pressurizing g2. Definitely, definitely a very nice tactic here by Levy. Excellent tactic, David, I'd say. Very good move, indeed. Um, quite something. Quite something. Absolutely. I think it's just a great little move there. It's just absolutely great move for that Queen H4. It's spectacular, quite, I'd say. It's quite a spectacular choice. That Queen H4, gorgeous little tactic. Gorgeous little tactic there by Black. Gorgeous. I didn't even consider that freaking move. I was just thinking knight e5, rook b8, which probably are not bad moves. I mean, I don't think Black is making a blunder. If they had played previously knight e5 or rook b8, I don't think it's fundamentally wrong. But this one might be better. I mean, definitely it's a psychological move, David, you see. Sometimes you do stuff which is sound, you're not blundering pieces, material or something, but the effect, the consequences psychologically are enormous. So it's definitely impacting your opponent's judgment. This one is a cool move by Levy, really cool stuff. I'm actually incredibly curious to see how is he going to play. Again, taking the black queen is completely deadly. You can't touch the black queen. You can't take the black queen here. If you take the black knight, they're going to be playing knight f3. You're actually checkmated. If you take the knight, black's punishing you straight away with a checkmate right there. I mean, this is just killing. You're just being executed on the spot. Then that's it. You take knight f3, checkmate. So obviously the GM already understands this very well. Question is, what are you supposed to be playing? You don't want to drop any piece. You don't want to lose nothing. So what is the Argentinian GM going to play here? Big question is. Yeah. If you guys have any ideas, please do let me know. Obviously, so we can't take the black now. We can't take the queen. Everything is not takeable. What is white supposed to be doing? That's a bloody good question. That's a very, very good question. Hello, Coffee. The favorite username ever. So, King H2 as an act of desperation, I would say, because what else on earth you're supposed to be doing? King H2, Queen takes, you're going to take, and you're going to play it as it is, because that's what is. King F2, painful, right? I mean, it's just a little bit painful. But what on earth can you do? The queen can't move. You just simply can't move the queen. Well, you can, but you just die if you move the queen, you know. I mean, you lose the game. So, yeah, King H2, Queen takes, King takes. Yeah, you play like this. Evie makes enormous pressure, and Levy didn't even castle. He does big pressure there. It's a very nice game. I didn't expect to be that beautiful. I mean, it's really spectacular. It is spectacular. King H2. So Coffee, I would say yes. King to H2 because it's a desperate situation here, and you're in deep trouble. So I'm not sure you've got too many options. Yes, he did spend like a good 5 minutes, 7. I'm not sure how many minutes he spent, the Argentinian Grandmaster, but yeah, you're just running out of options. Now the question is, how can Levy keep up with the pressure? What is he supposed to do? Now we can say, my friends, that the black queen is en prise, is hanging. So you got to do something about this. And also the knight is hanging. So that makes me think that actually black queen now sort of like has to take the queen. You got to take the queen and, well, he could do a check. He could do a... Can he do a check? Yeah, well, the pawn takes, not a big deal. Yeah, you could do knight f3. You could take. Okay, there's just two big options here. You got knight f3 and you got queen takes. I don't think there's anything else to play being black here. One of these two. One of these two. Yeah, probably just queen takes. Yeah, knight f3 is like gives away a very active piece attacking a beautiful black knight on d4. Yeah, but you see, Coffee Acorn, there is also a lot of pressure on the b7, f3, b7 diagonal. So you can't just minimize that bishop. You're wasting the attack, but also you're eliminating your opponent's incredibly active bishop now. I guess you've noticed that diagonal is a little bit concerning for black. So you better make sure that bishop doesn't exist. Exactly right. Exactly my thoughts. So now Levy just simply removes the bishop with tempo, checking the white king, knight takes f3, and instantaneously gf by Thomas Sosa. And black's to play. Now we can start more debating stuff here, fellas. We can start debating. Knight is on... well, you can't bloody take it because it's pinned, but the queen is hanging. So you gotta do something. Do you check? Asking for a friend. I think I would check. I don't want to trade the bloody thing. I would check and perhaps I'll grab this guy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this stage, but definitely queen f4 springs to mind. I want to check. I want to check and maybe I'm going to play knight e5. Because knight e5 might be going knight f3. Spot on, my friend. I've just read your message right now pop up on my screen. Yes. Yes, indeed. Queen f4. And then knight e5 threatening f3. Quite a little fork there. So yeah, absolutely. But Levy goes for this. That would have been a way to activate things. I don't know why he traded queens. I don't think that's a very sound choice. I'm a little bit. I'm not convinced by the stuff he played. We could check with the engine later on. I am not convinced with the trading queens. I think queen f4 would have been way more aggressive and scary. Oh. Unless he was concerned. But no, you actually would have attacked with tempo. Queen f4 would have been a check. Knight e5 would have threatened knight f3. I think that was quite a sound idea. I don't know. I'm not sure about what he did. Now we could see some knight d5 being played by Tommaso here. Sorry, Thomas here. So knight d5 would be probably an idea. But anyway, that pawn is hanging, right? Do you defend the pawn? Well, if you want to defend the pawn, you got some what? Like, hello, Fireblade. You've got knight e4. Is it really? That this guy goes here, then I don't know where you're going. You got to move the knight, you drop the pawn. If you want to defend the pawn, you give up on the e file. So that's another painful detail. Yeah, that's that cool because I'm multi-broadcasting. So I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube, I'm on, what is that? I think kick.com and Facebook for the time being. So I've got four platforms simultaneously, Fireblade, and I guess you can, go to your favorite platform. Pretty much they're all the same to me, more or less. As much, I mean, if I'm meeting more friends, more viewers, that for the better. Anyway, if you want to defend the white pawn now, you're going to give up on the e file if you want to play rook e to d. So I'm not sure. I am not sure. Did I? I really can't remember, but if I did, must have been courtesy of chess.com admins. They actually gave you the stuff. I mean, I only communicated some usernames, I guess, and they gave you okay, and they ultimately they granted you the memberships and things. So let's go to this position here. You guys tell me who you rooting for. Okie dokie. So rook e4. You could go for rook e4. I guess you can. And you also try to double up the rooks. Do we really have to give up on that pawn? I think that pawn is important. Now. He played the move which I did kind of indicated, knight e4. The problem is, what is white supposed to do after f5? This normal question. What do you do exactly? You're going to move the knight, right? And I guess you're going to move knight g3 if f5. Knight g3, I don't know what to say. Rook takes, you take on h4, then they pin your knight. Then I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know. Probably rook ed would have been a good one. Just rook ed, and after rook e8, just rook d5, putting your rook here. Maybe this one was better. Then knight, and now f5. I'm a bit concerned about f5 though. If knight b5, I could have taken on c5 and then threatened c4 and stuff. So I think knight b5 could have been just dealt with by you just taking more pawns, Coffee Acorn. So, don't know what to say. Now because he committed, he played knight e4, he kind of committed. I guess after f5 you just have to move. It's not like you have a choice, right? So after f4 after f5 you just have to move. Rookies what? Rook e8, rook e6. It's not that strong. I mean, sorry. It doesn't send the knight away. I'm just I'm interested in taking pawns, in taking stuff now, I guess. I want to send this knight somewhere else. So f5 would just attack him. Okay. Yeah, I think knight g3 would be responded after f5. I'm not sure about f5. f5, knight g3 attacking both pawns, actually. So rook takes e6, and then you're going to take f5 attacking the rook. That sounds good. I think it sounds good. Yeah, I think it sounds good. So if f5 can be discarded now, can we speculate about rook a8, e8, just getting rook to actually try to do something? Hey, you still have to get the rook. Yeah, rook e8. Levy decided rook e8. Yeah, you gotta get your guys to do something on open files, semi-open files and such. So I guess it makes sense, rook e8. Yeah, it makes sense. Absolutely. I think it's a great game. It's an absolute superb game. They did very well, and I'm still not convinced about trading off the queens. Levy decided to trade off queens. I'm not convinced about that one. I still think queen f4 would have been better. And we're gonna double check with the engines and stuff at the end. I think, yeah, queen f4 check followed by knight e5. That was like 3-4 moves ago, if not 5 moves ago. Yeah, you can see it on the screen here. Move number 24, queen takes h3. Instead of queen takes h3, I think move 24 for white could have been queen to f4, actually checking the king, which was here. And then maybe some knight e5 to threaten f3. That's what I think white should have done some 3 moves ago. Anyway, we are at this point now, so yeah, we can't go back in time. Just conceptually and regretfully, we can go back in time, wishing things being different. What about 95? 95 now. Whose turn is it? Wait a minute. It is white's turn. It's white's to play. So for black, yeah, no, there's nothing wrong about 95. I don't think there's anything wrong about 95, so to speak. Well, you're kind of going to drop this guy, right? If you do knight e5. And if you drop this guy, they might be just pushing it forwards or downwards. I think you might have a bit of a discomfort there. It might be a bit something not very comfortable. I'm not sure about moving the black knight now. I'm not sure. Maybe you want to play b6 first. So Coffee Acorn, what do you think about b6? That means supporting this guy and then go for whatever you want to play. Which I don't think is a bad idea in principle, getting knight to e5. Can't be a bad idea. You're looking for all sorts of threats. I don't think it's bad at all. But let's play maybe b6 first, securing the c5 black pawn, and then go for whatever you think it's worth attacking. What do you think, honestly? What do you think? What do you think about b6 and then knight e5? Of course, white's going to move something. White's going to do something. But just saying b6 to defend c5, then knight e5 going for d3, f3, whatever is more aggressive. What do you think? b6, rook d1, knight e5. Yeah, I think. But that pawn still goes down, don't they? Yeah, it goes down, but then I'm going to play rook e to d, and I'm going to attack it like twice. I think it's okay. I'm taking the pawn, right? If you push d7, I'm going to play rook d8, stopping the pawn from advancing, moving the queen to safety, and attacking the pawn twice. So I guess... And you can't bring a second defender for the pawn if you push the pawn, that is. Probably you won't, but just saying, in case you would. No. Thomas goes for different stuff. He goes for different. He goes rook g, rook f to g1. He wants to trade off now? Or he wants to take the defender... Sorry, the attacker of that pawn. Okay. Takes and takes. It's interesting. I guess you can. Oh my god, does he want to go for the checkmate ideas? Very interesting. Rook fg. Let's put it this way. For white, rook on f didn't do a great deal or nothing anyway. So rook f to g1, it's not that... That's a bad thought for white. It's okay to get this black rook off the game. It's actually quite a dangerous one. Knight is a bit pinned though. Anyway, if rook takes, you're going to take back with the rook, so you're no longer in a pin. What if you do if black doesn't take? Well, if black doesn't take, they got to do something, right? So what exactly are they going to do? Even if black doesn't take, you could take, they will take. And then you can attack like this. You can attack the other rook on g. You can go on c, but maybe on g better. Rook g6. He actually, Levy played rook e. Rook e8 to e6 he actually played. Interestingly. Well, he's not going to wait for you to fork them both. So you better take a rook off the board right now. Just take a rook off the board right now. Rook gg and rook eg. Or, well, he might take with a pawn though. So rook gg, fg. And then you have to move the rook because you're in a pin with the knight. No, that would have worked. He just didn't want to play it for his reasons. For his reasons. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad idea what you said, Coffee Acorn. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. The previous one you're referring to, rook ge. I don't think that's a bad idea, but he just didn't decide to do it. I gotta do something with those curtains. Okay, let me just fix the curtains, guys. Hold on a sec. Okay, where were we? Fix those curtains. All right. Back to the position. So, I don't know why he did it this way, Coffee Acorn. I don't know. He's on 17 minutes. Not quite running out of time. So here, if I was with white, probably I would take the rook on g6. And if the pawn took, then I would have probably played either rook c1 or the other rook over to g. But probably rook to c because I want to take that pawn. Or at least I try to. And also, if you take on g6 and black takes with the pawn, your knight is unchallenged in terms of a pawn to play like this. So, rook gg now, rook g1 to g6. E pawn takes, and then rook e to c. And I think it's just playable. We continue playing. It's a lot of good ideas. The knight may go very well to g5 at some point. After you break the pin, after you move rook e to c, I think knight's free to go. Maybe attack the rook and stuff. But let's take it one by one and see what the Argentinian Grandmaster decides to play. He's still on 37 minutes. Levy's on 17. Rook g6, rook e3. I don't want to stay on the e file anymore, Coffee Acorn. I don't want to stay on the e file. I want to go and attack some pawns. I don't want to stay on the e file. No, I don't want to play rook e3. I want to play rook c1 or rook g. I totally don't want to stay on the e file. No, I need to play rook c1, and if they play b5, I need to push b3. Do you get my idea? So let's just do it again. Rook gg, I assume if pawn takes, just saying. If pawn captures, then I'm going to move out of the pin. I'm attacking this guy. And if there is b5, maybe I'm going to sabotage with b3. They push, I take. They take, I take. Again, double pressure on the c5. I think it's okay-ish. It's playable. It's attackable. King itself might be playing king h4, king g5. Later on, the king itself will be an attacking piece, and maybe you could do h4, g5. Perhaps. There's plenty of nice ideas here for both colors. I'm just trying to take every single time the perspective from the, either white or black. It's a great game. Really great game. Levy played spectacular at some point. Those tactics were absolutely surprising, were beautiful. Just that when he decided to trade off queens, that got me a little bit unimpressed when he traded off the queens. I'm not sure it was necessary. Anyway. Let's see. Let's see how he decides to go. After rook takes, I'm reading your message now. After rook takes pawn, rook d1. Rook c1 I want to play. Rook d1. Well, rook d1 can be played, assuming the black knight is going to go so you can push the pawn and promote. But I think you can make black, because I don't think black is going to play that move, particularly to allowing you to push the pawn. So I think it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, rook c1. Rook c1 is the move, not rook d1. In my understanding, at least. Rook c1 because it might entice black to weaken a little bit more. And you practically do the attack. It's important to attack, actually. So rook c1, I think, is the right idea after you take the G black rook. And okay, we'll see what Levy goes for this one. He is. Oh, it's White's turn. Oh boy, I see. Sorry, I thought it's. Yeah, okay, don't matter. That's okay. So you play Rook GG, right? I think it's okay. Well, of course, you can think about something else. I'm not sure. You can. What? Can you move the king? You can move the bloody king too. If you want to make it funky, you can move the king and attack the pawn of the king because you want to. And because you are attacking. Coffee Acorn, in all honesty, what do you think about King H4? I don't think it's the greatest move ever in the history of this game. What do you think about the King H4? I mean, I want to take the pawn. Just like that. It's a little bit of unexpected idea. Anyway, I wouldn't stay 10 minutes to just think about King H4, honestly. I mean, I don't want to spend here 15 minutes and then to play King H4. So, just go take that rook, I guess. I guess King H4 can be played. Either makes the black rook to go on the H file acting defensively, or what? What do you play? Yeah, but maybe King H4, and then we're gonna take the other rook off the game. Okay, let's do it this way. You then take that rook off the board. Then take the rook GG. They take, play rook C1, then King H4. Yeah, but anyway, that's been highlighted already. Yeah, we've highlighted this already. Okay. Shall we go, guys, and see what Eric Rosen does? And what other guys have we got here? We've got all rounds. I think there is like, I don't know those guys. I mean, not all of them. Akira Nakata for the United States. Okay. Did he play? Rook G6? Oh, hold on a sec. Where's the game? Did he play? Oh, he didn't. Yeah, Rook G6 is my first option too, absolutely. That's what I would do here. If I were white, that's exactly what I would play with the other scenarios already highlighted there. Rook C1, if B5, B3, King H4. But of course, take the rook first. Take rook on G6. Absolutely. Totally. Okay, let's go to Eric Rosen for a second. Where is the guy? Oh, he's still fighting. So I haven't seen this game at all. I have no idea what's going on. Eric is with the black pieces here. Okay. He plays another IM. I haven't heard of them. The other guy plays for Spain, King H3. And black's to play. These bishops are a little bit scary. I don't know what to say. I mean, there's a little bit. They give me great discomfort. Those bishops. Big discomfort. Very unorthodox situation here. Notice how after King H3, black can't even check the king. I mean, how do you check the white king? You kind of cannot. Not at the minute. I think I would like to have whites here. I'm sorry for Eric Rosen. You can't go rook d3 because the bishop b1 takes you. You can't play knight f4 because the rook takes you. And I don't know what you want to play with the f, if you want to push or if you want to take, because e6 is completely... bishop f6 might be that kind of move that you kind of have to do just to try desperately to trade off something incredibly dangerous. So bishop f6, coffee acorn, I think it's one of those moves you probably want to play. I think you may want to play bishop f6 to just take this guy off the board. If they take, you're going to take with the knight, I reckon, and you're just going to play like this. Yeah, I guess you want to. There you go. Bishop f6 play by Eric. Exactly what the same thinking that you probably had, and I concur. I think you guys. Okay. Oh, someone needs to open up the door. All right, hold on a sec, guys. Someone at the door. Wait a sec. Can you open up the? You okay? All right. Don't need something. Right. Where were we? Where were we? So bishop takes, knight takes. Hold on a sec. What have we got in here? Bishop takes, knight takes. What? Takes knight, pawn takes. The knight has been to the king. Yeah, that is true. So bishop takes, knight takes, pawn takes f7, king must take. The knight is a little bit pinned. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. But I don't think black had the better choice because those bishops were absolutely frightening. So I don't think there was a better option for black previously. Those bishops are just killers. You need to take something off the board because it's just too much power. They're both at the library. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Okay, that's sorted, I think, for the time being. I guess. All right. So, yeah, bishop takes, knight takes, pawn takes, king takes, knight's in a pin. Can they put more pressure on the pin piece? Well, probably they just need to move the king. But if you move the king, you're inviting the bishop then to attack the rook. I still prefer white here than black, of course. Yes, that is correct. But I would rather have white than black here. I don't know why, especially after bishop now takes, knight takes, pawn takes. I'd still have white. I think it's a bit of an advantage for white here, Coffee Acorn. I think it's a bit advantageous for white, a bit more than black. Just tiny bit of edge for white here. Yes. Okay. So that's the Eric Rosen thing. And now let's try and see if Levy did something with that guy. If something happened. Oh, hey, you won't believe it. Coffee Acorn, you won't believe it, man. He played the move that I speculated. Namely, king to h4. Can you believe that? And after he stayed like what? Like, after he stayed like what? Like 15 minutes for this move? I did say about king h4. Anyway, it was one of the ideas I did mention, but after rook takes g6. Anyway, he moved the king. I think among some other... there are so many subtleties. King to h4 wants to say, I'm going to take your rook, and you have to take with the pawn, because if you take with the rook, I'm going to take your guy. So it wants to say to black, I am going to force you. I mean, you either take my rook, and if you don't take my rook, I'm going to take your rook, but you would have to take it back with the pawn. And there is more subtlety to this. When they take with the pawn, you can even go king g5. And keep a forever pressure on the g6 black pawn. So there's many subtleties here, very many subtleties. I don't think it's fundamentally a bad move, king h4. I did say it. I said I did consider playing king h4, but I think rook g6 might have been slightly better perhaps. But I don't think it's anything fundamentally losing now because of king h4. I think actually it's a good move. It attacks a weakness. And it forces black to take back with the pawn, not with the rook. So, all things considered, king h4 I think makes sense. I think makes sense. Yeah, of course. So, going back, Coffee Acorn, of course, I'm not going to take this guy straight away because then you're going to run into strange ideas. I mean, it's just weird. So you're not going to just take the pawn. First, you're going to take the rook off, and then you're going to take the pawn. Or if they defend, okay, then probably you could play king g5. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's good. I think it's absolutely good. Let's go back now to what you. Oh, you're commenting about the Eric Rosen's game. All right. So for now, okay, let's throw some prediction about Levy's next move. Then we're gonna go to Eric and maybe to Anna Kramnik as well. So what is Black supposed to do here? What are you supposed to do with Black here? So I don't think White's gonna take the pawn first. Would you go b6? Yeah, well, or would you just take the rook first? Rook takes g, rook takes g. Yeah, but then this guy is definitely hanging. Painful to play rook g to h6. It's a bit painful. It is a bit painful. f5. Yeah, you could go f5. And then knight g5. Are you sure? I'm not sure what to say. b6, he played it. Yes, just b6, because that frees up the black knight, Coffee Acorn. And I'm kind of happy because Levy Rosman played exactly what I said. He did exactly b6. Exactly what I said, b6. And if you wonder why, I know it's not a very ambitious move, but it sets the black knight free. So the black knight can do whatever the heck they want now, so to speak. So to speak. b6, defense c5, which is fundamental, very important. And now the black knight is free to go. You no longer have to keep the knight to defend c5. You go with the knight, whatever you want to go with the knight. No, it's important because the black knight can be active now, can actually do something, the black knight. So I don't think b6 is such a horrible move, Coffee Acorn. At least from a human point of view, I think b6 does have some merits from a human understanding. And I'm not the only one. By the way, Levy also concluded similarly. I mean, I'm not the only one thinking in this way, you see. And probably you could also recognize that, it's just frees up the black knight. Now I think rook g1 has to take on g6. Levy's going to take with a pawn. And, then the game continues. Game continues. Yeah, but it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Oh, absolutely. I've no doubt about it. It is a good move. I know it's a good move. Maybe not the best, maybe not the most spectacular, but it has a lot of virtues. Amongst them, Black Knight is free to go. Okay. I love it. I love it. Now I think rook g1 takes g6. That's what I would play. I would just trade off the rooks now. Forcing black to take with a pawn, and then maybe rook c1, maybe. Maybe king g5, maybe. We'll see. It's a lot of stuff to happen. It's a lot of happening here. Guys, who did we say? Eric Rosen plays also, but let's go quickly to... Okay, what is this? Open. I don't see the games. I don't see a single game in the open. What's with the interface? I don't know what's going on here. Did I press something here? Okay, guys, I apologize. I just tried to getting to seeing those games. I don't know what the hell, did they disappear or something? Hello, Vlad. Good to see you, brother. How's it going? I don't see the games in the open. I don't see... Yeah, I mean, it takes like a billion years for the page to refresh itself. I don't know where are the games. Yeah, this is just very weird. I don't know where the hell did they put the games. I don't see them. I'm going back to watching Levy. I don't know what the hell this is going. There must be one of those chess.com glitches. They're good at this. I think they kind of good at glitches. So I don't know. I'm just sticking with this one for a while. All right. This guy has 28 minutes. Tomas Sosa from Argentina. 28 minutes, so to speak. I will take g6. And Now, let me read that message. You got to get the Black Knight in the game. Yeah, I guess you could go on the E. But I like a little bit more. Yeah, I like the E5 because I'm fundamentally looking at F3, which I think is a killer move. So the prospect of knight E5, knight F3, it's a serious thing. It's a very, very, very serious thing. So you got to take care of that. Yes, you have to be careful about that knight E5, knight F3. So you may just very well take the black rook on G6 now, and then, you consider the next shot, the next move. So rook takes G6 would be my choice for white, and black has to take with Fg, and then you think about what you want to do next. Rook C1, rook E3, king G5, you name it. There's a few ideas. And there is a problematic pawn on D6, problematic for black. Levy has to be careful about that pawn on D6. So once he moves the knight, theoretically that guy can be pushed. You have to be very careful about that guy. Yeah, there is king E7, okay. Okay, there is king E7. You gotta be careful. Anyway. 26 minutes. I'll try make another attempt to go to Eric Rosen's game. I'll try. I hope it lets me. Okay, there it is. Eric Rosen's game. So what have we had here? King H3, Bishop F6. Hey, what the heck is this move that this guy played? Rook E5. Jesus. Okay, it attacks the knight. The bishop takes. I'm going to take on F7 check, and I'll take your rook. This is sick, but it's interesting. Bloody hell, I didn't even consider this. Guys, look at this craziness. If bishop takes the rook, white is going to play G6 takes F7 check and attacking the other rook. You're going to have to move the king. You can't take the pawn because rook F1 defends it. You're going to go F, of course. Pawn takes rook, then king has to take. And then bishop takes here. Just like that. And I think it's very good for white. It's good for white. It can't be bad for white. And now currently rook e5, what does it do? It attacks the black knight. Believe it or not. It attacks the black knight. Where do you go with the knight? This is a very genuine question. Rook e5 it's an incredibly resourceful and psychological move. I have to say my whole admiration for this guy. I don't know who it is. Who's this guy? Houton. I don't know. Sounds French. Houton. I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe it has some Frankish sound on it. Houton. I don't know. So rook e5 is a hell of a creative move. I think it's a bit more to this if bishop takes. I think white is very good. No, check doesn't help with anything. First thing first, rook can't even check because of the bishop, Vlad. So rook d3 doesn't really work here for black. Knight f4, it's like you're just giving your pieces for free. So knight f4 doesn't work. So look at this guy. So, sorry, Eric played rook f8. Of course, I mean, it's just crazy to have taken. But now there is a big problem coming. Rook takes and then bishop takes. Weird. I don't know. It's just so bloody weird. Or do you, I don't know. Do you take on f7 check, rook takes? So pawn takes, rook takes, right? Rook takes knight, bishop takes bishop, and then the other bishop checks here, and then I can take your bishop like this. It's sick. It's a little bit sick, okay? I mean, you might be able to. Oh my God, this is really a little bit sick. You actually might take a rook for free, guys. Vlad, coffee, guys. There is something here. Let me just show this stuff again. Rook takes, bishop bloody takes. Takes, checks the king, man. You move in the corner, you take my guy, I'm going to take your rook. Yes, exactly. That's what I try to demonstrate. Yes, that's exactly right, my friend. That's exactly bloody right. Yes. Yes. Following that bishop to h7, you're going to drop a rook, right? So I think it's going to start. Whose turn is it now? It's this guy with white. I think g6 takes on f7, and I think it's a bit of an issue for Eric Rosen. gf7, rook takes knight on h5, bishop takes a1, bishop h7 check, deflecting the black king. Black king takes the bishop and rook takes rook. I don't know. There you go. They just played it in a second, but they did it in the wrong. No, they didn't do it in the wrong order. It's actually phenomenal. I think actually there's a better order, guys. Pawn takes, and if you take here, I'm going to play this. I think you're a little bit toast. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. No, the guy played the right stuff. It's bishop h7. It's bishop h7, right? It's got to be bishop h7. Bishop h7 straight away. The guy is going to go f8. He has to go f8. It's not over. It's crazy. It's just not over. I don't know what you're supposed to play. Let me think. Yeah. I think he should have taken on f7 first. I think he chose the wrong order. I think he went for the wrong move order. He should have taken on f7 first and then this kind of stuff. Am I correct? Or you think, that's a funny one, Vlad. That's a funny one, brother. Yeah. Should he have taken with pawn first on f7? G takes f7 first. I think he went for the wrong order. What I want to say, let me just go back a bit here because it's in between ourselves. No one watches us anyway. So I would say here, bang, boom, bang, and if boom, still the same bloody thing. Bang and boom. Nah. Nah. It's still the same thing. Nah, it's the same stuff. Just that question is now, do you take the rook or do you take the bishop? I think I just simply go for the bishop here. And sorry, I think I'm winning, right? It's just rook takes a1. I'm winning. Let me refresh the page. So this is Eric Rosen with Uton. Sounds like French to me. Yeah, rook takes a1. Sorry, but I think white's winning, right? Anyway, the stuff I would have played would have ended up here as well, because I would have played the other move order, but doesn't make a bit of a difference. All in all, at the end of the day, I have an extra bishop. I don't think I don't get checkmated. Is there any perpetual here? I don't think so. Okay, there's a bit of no, there's nothing here. It's cool. Well, okay, we're gonna play a little bit, but you're not gonna checkmate anyone. Yes. Spot on, Coffee Acorn. Spot on, my friend. Yes. Yeah, but that doesn't mean a bloody thing. We're gonna play King to G4. And I think Eric got an issue. After King G4, I think I don't know what you're playing with black here. The other guy conducted very nicely. That move, rook e5, I think it's a brilliancy, guys. The move, rook e5, that the Spanish international master played, I think that rook e5 might be very well a sort of... I think it might be a brilliancy, that rook e5. Definitely it's a huge psychological move. It's a big psychological move. Rook e5, I think, got Eric a little bit concerned and shaky. I mean, it was a shocker for me as well as a completely detached viewer, so to speak. Rook f2, yeah. I mean, he got nothing else but just to go crazy for a perpetual. I guess this one will be stopping it. Um, I don't know what you're doing. Play the bishop here, and if you attack, I guess I can defend. I mean, I have to calculate a little bit. I think I could play this, and if it's this, I could also block like this. Well, there is a check coming, but you have to sit down and calculate now. I guess White should be winning here. 28 minutes. Come on. Eric is on 39 seconds. That is painful. So Eric got like a few seconds. This is a problem. For White, you just need to sit down 15 minutes now, move nothing. Just look at the position. Try to figure out where to move the king. Take it as the puzzle of the day. Keep your advantage. You should be able to win here. I'm not sure yet how, but one of these. I don't know which one works. Maybe rook h3, maybe bishop e4. I'm not sure which one works best. I've done that one, Coffee Acorn. I've done that one. You actually end up in the same thing. Previously, I've done it, I think. It's the same thing. So this rook e5, I think it was a brilliant move. This rook e5 was a game changer. This was a game changer. Rook e5. So rook h5. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, we did do that. It's just, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. You're winning. You're winning a piece here. Nice, very nice play by the Spanish chess master. Very nice play. Really, really nice play. What a resource the guy saw. That rook e5 was just completely out of the blue. I don't know how he found it. Yeah, there you go. Bishop e4. The guy went for bishop e4 as I had indicated. Just stopping any rook g2 checks. And if there's something like that, probably he plans on moving the rook like this, and that would be it, I guess. He got a piece, and he's doing very well. Black takes g6. Let's go to your idea. So I'm happy, actually, I've indicated a few stuff here. So after rook takes... Oh, you're talking about black to take? Really? Oh, I see. Well, I guess I could just take this then. Are you sure? After bishop takes, mind you, I'm having some annoying stuff here. This is a check. I think you might be just dropping the rook altogether. I think you're in deep trouble. After king in the corner, I'm afraid we've got a checkmate right then and there. I don't think it's doing anything good to black to be playing this. It's just checkmate in a move. King h8, rook f8, that's it. That was it. That's the end of. So all in all, I think Eric Rosen did whatever it could have been played in that very, very difficult position he found himself into. Right, so now the guy attacks the bishop. I guess you could just play this, right? You could play just bishop f3, forget about it all. Just play bishop f3 and just don't do nothing, so to speak. Wait, can't I just play rook f1 first? I want to play a check first. King's going to go here. I'm going to move this bishop at the end of the world. So, okay, so I would do this if I were white here. I would play rook a1 to f1. I would just check the black king. Black king goes whatever the hell the black king goes. I don't care. I'm going to then play bishop to a8. I'm going to leave the bishop there forever. And I'm going to guard g2 forever. And at this stage, black has enormous problem because rook will take here. Because there is another check here. Because everything's going to fall sooner or later. I mean, I would definitely play rook af. I don't think you need to be e5. So rook f1, king e7. I'm going to move bishop I don't know where, and you do e5? Really? Okay, I did say bishop f3 though. At the very beginning, I did indicate bishop f3. Well, I'm attacking this. I'm still defending g2. It could be this or that. It could be rook d3 or rook d4. Could be one of these two. No, sorry, apologies. I'm talking nonsense. Rook d4 could be a check. Yeah, but then king g3 and you've got nothing. Yeah. He attacks bishop f3, attacks the rook with tempo. It's nice. Oh, let's go quickly to Levy. Oh my god, what did he do? Oh no. Oh no. What did Levy do? Man, I told him to be careful. What did he do? Okay. What did Levy do? What did this guy do? Hold on a second. This is looking weird, man. b6. Okay. King h5. You can't take on h5. You're supposed to take the rook, not on h5. This guy's what? No. You don't take the h now because they're gonna kind of like check you like forever, right? And there is a knight coming into the game. No. What? No, you don't take the pawn. I wouldn't touch the black pawn now. I would take the rook. Rook takes g6. Pawn takes. Just keep playing normal stuff. Why would you take the pawn? You got all sorts of crazy. I don't even know what are you gonna do? And also there is a black knight coming. Are you serious? What the fuck is this guy doing? What? Why didn't black check on h6? Rook h6 check. Where do you go? Like where? Like where do you go? Rook h6. So rook h6, right? Where exactly you're supposed to go? One of these two. Where? Like where? Check. Okay. Where do you go? Here or here? What did white? What the heck is this stuff? Wait a minute, but it's just weird. I mean, these guys are weird sometimes. The whole lot is weird. Look, I don't know. Okay, it's not a checkmate, but it's incredibly weird stuff. Up, yeah. I wouldn't take that black pawn now. I would take on g6. Okay, I need to know this. Rook g6 for Christ's sake, exactly as I said. I said rook g6 like 1 hour ago. I said rook takes g6, and I think I've analyzed some very decent lines for white. I wouldn't touch the pawn on h5, but the guy take. So the punishment would have been knight f6. Knight takes f6. Rook g takes f6. Rook takes. Some better position for white. Better position for black. Winning for black. Yeah. I wouldn't have taken. My instincts tells me not to take that pawn on the h file. It's exposure for the white king unnecessarily. Yeah, yeah. Surprisingly, yeah. Surprisingly. So even a GM is a human after all, eh? We're all humans after all. Okay. 2-2-4, 4-2-5. This guy's are double pawns. Goes for this one. Yeah, but that's not a problem. We're gonna stop it. We're gonna stop it like this. And you've got nothing. Yeah, you're not gonna promote that pawn, but you're gonna win some tempo. You're gonna win some tempo. Maybe to get the white king to do something. It's still to be disputed. Still to be disputed, the game, but the pawn will not promote. Apparently, the Argentinian Grandmaster missed the knight f6, and also Levy himself, he also missed knight f6. Yeah. So what Thomas doing here, to my understanding, he tries to keep the black rook busy for a while. And in the meantime, yeah, he marches on with the kings. Shock, yeah, he marches on to this little guy just to defend the pawn. And if black wants to take the pawn, they need to dance a little bit around. Now you could do this. It's looking interestingly. Looking interestingly. Very interesting. King to f4. So whose turn is it? Thomas's turn. Okay. I would go king f4. I think... do you think black wants to play this? I think so. Okay, guys. I changed my mind. Rook d2. That's exactly right. He don't want to go for the pawn. No, he wants to go for rook e2 to take this guy and promote. So it's imperative that actually white plays rook d2. Yes. White needs to play rook d1 to d2. Guarding the e2, so there's no point of infiltration here. And then you just keep playing whatever your plan was. Maybe. I'm not sure. I need to figure out that thing. So rook d2 for white. That's for sure. Rook d2 for white. For black, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Levy should just go for the white pawn to free up the black king. Let me see. 2, 2, 4, 4. 2. Look, Levy should go for the bloody pawn after rook d2 because he got one extra pawn, right? So to speak. He got a pawn majority on the queen side. So rook d2, rook e7. I don't know what white plays. Rook takes, king takes. You approach this guy, then try to defend them like this, and then march on with your guys. March on with your guys. You've got pawn majority. You should be winning with black. You gotta take the white pawn. You gotta trade off the rooks and take that white pawn off the board now. That's what I think it has to be played. So rook d2 by white, and then Levy has to go rook e7 ASAP. Get the white pawn out. If trade rooks, that's for the better for black, because you got a massive pawn majority, 4 versus 2. Those double pawns on the F file for white, they don't matter. It's like one pawn. They don't matter, those 2 pawns. So the king and the black pawn on F7 is the perfect opposition to the double pawns on F and the white king. So, and then black has to focus on the 4 black pawns versus 2 white pawns. Well, white doesn't want to trade. Black wants to trade the rooks because you got pawn majority on the queen side and you're winning. You're literally just winning. Only with the pawns. You don't need to bother with the king. You've got 4 versus 2. They're coming down. That's it. You toast. So black wants to trade rooks. White does not want to trade rooks. White preferably would like to delay as much as possible or just avoid altogether. Yeah. So rook d2 for white, rook e7 for black, and then I don't know, king f4 for white, black rook takes, and then you move rook e2. You don't want to trade in particular, but I don't know what to say. Hello, Fierce Girls. If white is trying to block them, to block exactly, you can't block those pawns. I think white needs to avoid trading the rooks. So you mustn't trade the rook after rook e7, rook takes d7, white needs to go rook e2. But I just simply think black is better. I think Levy does better now. Levy does better this position here. If white attempts some rook c, I think you could just play b5. You're just doing better. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. Let me just highlight again. The 2 double pawns on f don't matter. It's exactly like the black pawn on f7. It's just one single pawn, so to speak. And what Levy has is just complete pawn majority here. There you go. Those guys will come down. So I think black should be winning with the most correct game, whatever that means. We're going to take it step by step. White needs to avoid to exchange the rook and try to do something which is not very clear. Maybe with the king trying to get rid of the f pawn somehow, but easier said than done. I'm not sure how he's going to achieve that. Because rook on d7, the black rook on d7 is going to be defending everything. And then black king is free to do stuff, whatever they want. And most likely, black is going to push the pawns on the queen side. Rook d2, rook e7, rook c2, b5, a4. Okay, then a6. And that's about it. Yes, I'm following your line, Coffee Acorn. And yes, that's what I think is the stuff for black to play. Rook d2, rook e7, rook c2, b5, a4, a6. I'm still having pawn majority on the queen side. And yeah, if I'm correct in my evaluation. It could be some other subtleties. Pawn on d7 sort of has to be taken. You need to free up your king, Coffee Acorn. You need to free up your black king. You can't just stay forever with that pawn there. You gotta get rid of the pawn. So you have to take it with the rook, and the black rook defends everything. You're doing very well. The white pawns are doubled. If any of the two FY pawns would have been on G, that would have been a totally different business, I guess, with some fair chances for white. But they're doubled. So actually it's just one pawn. I guess black is doing better. I'm going to play a game. I'm going to say an evaluation without the engine, and then I'm going to press the evaluation button and see what is. So I think it's a minus. I think it might be a minus, I don't know, minus what? Minus 0.70? Minus 0.60, minus 0.70 maybe? Yes, DLA Belmar. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful start to the game for Levy. I think it's just great. It's absolutely great. Yeah, it's awesome. He played a magnificent game. Absolutely great tactics at some point. And now let's see if I'm correct. Minus 0.70-ish. I hope I'm not completely wrong. Bloody hell, I should have been even more optimistic. There you go. I don't know. I mean, there you go, guys. Minus 2.72. I should have been even more optimistic, exactly as I said. The reason for the evaluation being so much in black's favor is because of the ideas we've already mentioned together, guys. This is where the pawn majority proves itself so lethal for the guys that, they have them against the others. So the pawn majority does the game now. White is kind of toast, is gone. White is gone. And Levy played magnificent. I mean, he played brilliant. He played absolutely brilliant. Knight sacrifice, then queen sacrifice tactics. He played absolutely brilliantly. I think it was magnificent game he played. Yeah, and exactly all the arrows that we depicted already, they demonstrate what we said. It's a massive advantage for black here. It's kind of like resignable. I mean, as soon as the white pawn disappears, Coffee Acorn, as soon as rook e7, rook takes d7, that's pretty much settled. There's nothing you can do. After white pawn disappears, the black king is free to attack and support the advancement of the pawns. So you've got pretty much nothing left to do. You can hope for black to blunder, of course. Yeah, but we can all conclude that white is in a very difficult situation. And now, guys, I hope you don't mind if we go quickly to see the others, like Eric Rosen and so let's see. So let's have a look. Yeah, I guess white should be resigning. I guess he should be resigning. Let me see quickly in the open if we can have a quick look at... Man, I wanted to see Anna's game. Oh, maybe they finished? I don't know. Maybe they finished. Okay, I'm going to go to Eric Rosen's game. Or maybe they haven't even started or something. I don't know what to say. Ah. Eric resigned. He lost the game, unfortunately for Eric. Anna's still playing. Oh, bloody hell, we're going to go to see Anna's. Oh, maybe I should have stayed a couple of more seconds on the page because it didn't update it on my part. So, guys, what we had... Okay, let's just fast forward. Bishop f3. Yeah, okay, it doesn't even matter. Rook takes c5. Trading off everything. Okay, checkmate is coming with rook d8 there. Check. Check. And it doesn't even matter at this stage. It doesn't matter because of this. And even if it's this, it doesn't matter because of this. And then you're going to have to push the king back. And upon pushing the king back, there is rook d8 just checkmate on the spot. So, sorry for Eric if you guys were rooting for this streamer. He kind of lost at this one. That rook e5 was a bloody brilliancy that he played his opponent. That was a completely unexpected stuff. Okay, someone said Anna's still playing. I want to see Anna's game. Where is Anna's game? I'm looking here. Hold on a sec. Vega, Eugene, Jorge. Sam. Okay, I'm reading through the names. I don't see Anna's game. She should be in the open, right? She should be in the open, round 1. Only active games. I don't see Anna's game. I'm sorry, folks. There is no Anna's game here. Acorn, I don't see her game, dude. I don't see her game. Nowhere. I think she kind of finished the game. Or maybe, I don't know. Well, okay. Sorry for Eric, but hey, exactly as we've anticipated, folks. Coffee, do you remember what we discussed? That's exactly the line we have indicated. Rook d2, rook e7, king goes to... Okay, I've speculated myself previously. I've speculated king f4. But the intent is clearly king wants to move closer to attacking f7 or something. Rook takes... Rook c2, exactly, very much copycat what we discuss here together, my friends. So we're more than able to anticipate the IM's or GM's moves, especially if we band together, we see them all. I'm pretty sure of that. I think you need to not drop that pawn. Now I have to think... Instead of b5, I'm also considering maybe... Oopsie. Instead of b5, I'm also considering this move. I'm not sure. I'm just asking. I like it. I kind of like it. If king gets closer to my guy here, I can just do this. If they check me, I can just do this. Yeah, but then they go here. Yeah, but then I can check the king, and I think that's about it. King gonna have to go back and stuff. I think that's another idea. You could probably play b5, but also you should be considering playing rook to d4 if you want. I guess that might be working too. I don't want to give that pawn. I don't want to give nothing. It's important to preserve that pawn. So I guess rook d4, b5, I don't know. Does he have time? That was a question. Does he have time? 8 minutes 24. You got to spend 2 minutes and think about this one. Let me see. b5. Yeah, but then he's going to play b3. Nah. Rook d4 has to be played. Rook d4. That's the move. If you play b5, you're weakening c5. He's going to... Oh, sugar. Nah, man, I think rook d4... Because now we're going to see b3, yeah? So what do you play? I'm asking for a friend. What do you play after b3? I think rook d4 was the stuff. b3, rook d4 takes. Okay. Okay. Maybe. Maybe both are playable, Coffee Acorn. Maybe both rook d4, b5 are actually quite reasonable. I don't know why I would have preferred rook d4, but anyway. Ah, gee, man. Thank you very much, DLA Belmar. I really appreciate, brother. Thank you. Yeah, that sounds good. Ah, right. That's why I didn't see Anna, so she was right there. Okay. Let's have a super quick incursion to the open. Bellon. Bellon. Ah, gee, I was looking for an Anna. I wasn't looking for a Bellon. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. So this is Anna's game, folks. Oopsie, she's white here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's a difficult one. That's a difficult one. So she got should be a theoretical draw, right? Guys, this should be a theoretical draw. The black bishop's going to take the white pawn sooner or later. She got to play carefully, though. There is some complications here. So if you play this one by the book... Oh my god, she's on 20 seconds. I can't watch the clock. This is too much. Yeah, she got a problem with the time. Jesus. She got a problem with the time. I think it's a theoretical draw if you play this one correctly, right? She better be moving. She's in trouble. Yeah, just move the bloody rook. Yeah. Okay. I think it's a theoretical draw. Okay, let me ask the Almighty. No, she's getting toast because of a checkmate? Yeah, because of the checkmate. Oh, sugar. It would have been a theoretical draw, but not in this position because it's a checkmate coming. And you can't move the king anywhere, and even if you move the king somewhere, it doesn't make a bit of a difference. Oh, sugar. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's because of the position. King shouldn't be there. And how on earth are you going to stop rook h8? You can't move the king anywhere. And even if you could, there is still a check coming. And sorry, there's a checkmate coming. Sorry. I'm sorry for Eric Rosen. And yeah, but it's done, right? I mean, okay. So after this check, what are you supposed to do? It's very much forced. No, it's very much forced. It's game over. You can't move the king. It's very forced. It doesn't matter what the engine says. It's a checkmate because the king can't move anywhere. It's just game over. It's done. Oof. Sorry. For her and for Eric Rosen. These are very tough games. Very tough games, I'm sure. Very tough games. Now instead we are expecting Levy to win. Let's cover up the engine and stuff. So Levy instead should be winning. I hope the guy wins. At least one of your favorite streamers should be winning this evening, I hope. If you're talking about the Anna's game, right? Rook g7. If you take the rook, if you trade off the rooks, yes, you draw. If she would have traded off the rook versus rook, then obviously king and bishop versus king can't win. So that's when I said it's a theoretical draw. In principle, it was a theoretical draw, but not in that position because the checkmate was unstoppable. So yeah, if you have rook and bishop versus rook, that's theoretical draw, right? I mean, rook's gonna take rook, and bishop and king can't win. But depends on the position. Depends on the position. If the king is on the margin and if there's opposition and they check you, I mean, you just get checkmated. Right. So guys, I did indicate at some point about rook, king attacking the pawn on f7. Currently defended by the rook, so not a problem. Still massive pawn majority here. Those two guys on f4, f2 don't matter. If there is something like this, it doesn't mean anything. You're going to take straight away because those guys are just simply unstoppable. You're going to be creating a pass pawn on the c file. So I guess white should resign. And I think for Levy to have beaten a grandmaster in the first round is amazing. It's an amazing performance. It's great. It's absolutely great. King c6. King c6. King getting closer to supporting these guys. Okay. I think it's great. Okay. I think it's time for Levy to roll the pawns down. Let me think. There's something weird that has been modified in the position here. There's something a little bit weird. Now the black rook has to stay where it is in order to keep an eye on this guy, which is currently attacked by the king, and the white king is just going to stay there. Now what you can do with black looks to me is that you got to play the A, you got to push the B. No, wait a minute. You got to push this guy. No, you move this guy. This is a delicate one. The heck did it happen? Was it supposed to be like this? You can't move the black rook on the D file up and down. You're losing the pawn. Okay, you could play A5. But upon you moving A5, white's going to play this. Or, I don't know, we're going to play A3 or something. A5, A3. A4. Okay, and white will have to commit itself, do something. You still got to play carefully here. And then maybe you can move the rook from the back, supporting the pawn's advancement. Keep an eye on this guy in order to play this stuff. Wait a minute, I have another idea. Apologies, I have another idea. So guys, look at what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about rook b7, maybe a5, rook b7. Do you know why? I want to move the king. I want to attack with the king. I just want to attack with the king. I want to attack with the king, and I'll tell you what I want to attack with the king. So something like rook b7, so that I'm not caught up like in a skewer type. I'm going to move this. I'm going to attack with the king. It's got to work. So rook b7, not to be skewered, and then king d5, king d4, king d3, and it's white's problem. Okay, interesting. The idea is if white king takes on f7, black rook's going to take on f5 straight away. That's Levy's idea. Okay. Okay. I don't think it's a bad judgment. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's workable. It's good. I wonder if rook b7, king d5 would have worked too. But maybe it's too passive. Maybe I was too defensive, too passive. This one is aggressive, so to speak. But you can't push b4 because you're dropping c4. So I don't know. It's a sort of like a standstill. It's how do you make progress? Rook b7 and king g7. There's something weird here. Yeah, there's still something weird. No, wait a bloody minute. I want to check if actually rook b7 is the move here. a5, I did say. Rook c7, it's amongst the ideas that I've mentioned. Rook c7 wants to say something of exactly. I mean, just move the rook away from getting the king skewered when you want to launch the king. Rook c7, king g7, king d5, yes. Coffee Acorn, look at the second line. It's exactly in the spirit of what I said. I said rook b7, okay, rook c7, sure, whatever. The idea being that king d5, you want to launch the black king to attack. So I was, in principle, correct. I was correct. So I just wanted to have a confirmation, not to have an idea. I was talking like nonsense and things. So that is indeed the case. That is the case indeed. I'm not sure about the stuff he played. Rook d5. Okay, it's cool. f4. What do you play now, actually? I'm curious to see what is Levy going to do now. He's got 2 minutes on his clock. a5. Yeah, sure. That's always the move. Yeah, sure. a5. Always. Of course. And then after a3, probably he's going to push what? I mean, like, what you're gonna push? You're gonna go back on b7? On d7, sorry? I think you would. So a3, rook back here, and then go from behind. Just support your guys and then attack with the king. But you gotta be careful, though. Weird. b3 take. That could be a big difference. Yeah, it could be a big subtlety in between rook c7 and rook b7. It could be. Yeah, the Belmar, I absolutely agree. It's actually even the super strong grandmasters, when they go below a minute, they start acting weirdly. It's a human thing. It's an absolute human thing. The human mind dies in the absence of time. Human mind is fully dependent on time. So no time, no mind. No time, never mind. There is no mind apart from the time. So yeah, it is very critical indeed. So he's on 2 minutes 49. The other guy, 1 minute 40 seconds. Okay. Let's say he got, but it's still something insufficient here. It's not completely clear. A4, very bloody ambitious, wants to undermine. Yeah, I think actually that's quite a good one for white. Actually, I think that's a good move. Levy didn't conduct it probably the strongest way to attack. A5 actually is disrupting. You don't have to take. I hope he doesn't take. I hope he doesn't take. I hope he plays rook d7. Let white take so you can bring the king closer. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not sure what to say because now rook's going to take on c4, going for the a4 pawn. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't want to say nothing now because I'm just not happy what I say. I think he kind of like missed something. Something slipped through his fingers. Something's not okay. Something had been lost. The pawn on f7 is hanging. The pawn on c4 will be taking right now. Of course, rook takes c4. Rook takes c4, rook d4. Well, we're not going to take. We're going to go somewhere else. I don't know where. c3. You're going to take. I'm going to do something. I'm going to go. Yeah, I don't know. Why didn't he take? No, I wouldn't trade the rooks. So if rook c4, rook d4, coffee acorn, I would have played rook c3 or maybe... I'm not sure yet. Rook c3 and then king takes on f7. I think I would have taken the other black pawn on something. Okay, we'll see. Interesting rook f2 being played now. Good. Good. Rook d7. Good. Ugh, that was important. Now, you know something cool? Let me tell you the only plan I have for black. 1, 2, and 3. That's what it is. That's what it is. The black king goes in between the black pawns and defend them all, and it's just great. And you cannot get checked. This is just great. Oh, no, I think this is the stuff, right? King b5, king b4. And you can also consider some rook d3 at some point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, actually. You can't do rook d3 now. They're not going to trade you. They're going to be running away, and then you're going to drop f7. If you drop f7 with black, I think you're dead. So if you mess around with the rook, moving I don't know where, doing I don't know what, like rook d3 and the guy goes f1, you have to go back. Oops, not this one. Because if the black pawn is being captured, apologies for changing the screen. If the black pawn is being taken by the white king, you got a problem. Big problem. Because that's a passed pawn. I'm not sure how you're going to stop it. In the minute you touch b2, white's going to take f7. It's going to be incredibly sharp. I'm not sure what to say. I'm just not sure what to say anymore. Maybe king b5, king b4. Take move another one. I don't know. King b5, king b4. No, 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 no. The white rook has to stay on the third rank. Oh, Levy lost something somewhere. He just messed up something. I think in the last 5 moves, something is not. I think he should have played. I think he should have played, guys. He should have played Rook C7 or Rook B7. Right, one of those ideas with the intent of bringing King D5 to coming to D4, D3, attacking the white rook. I think he should have played that thing. I think he chose a different path here. It just looks awkward. He needs to drop the rook back ASAP. If he loses f7, I think he's in trouble. Maybe he wants to play this, but is he really sure? Is he really, really sure? Once the f7 drops, it's going to be so difficult. You need more time to calculate this stuff. You can't play like this with 40 seconds on the clock. Just go back, defend the pawn, leave it a bloody draw if you can't make a progress. Admit it, and just leave it. I'm going to tell you something, guys. Black here, if you can't make a progress, shake hands, go with the draw, forget about it all. Don't force it because you lose. Yeah, Coffee Acorn, I think C3 is a funky business. It smells very fishy. No, yeah, C3, I don't like it. No, I don't. Yes, he did the right stuff, Rook D7. He did the right stuff. Look, be happy with the draw. He could have won. I think he could have won. He can still try, but I don't think this guy is going to drop it now. No, so you're going to do this and that would be it. And the rook is going to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Unless white is forcing and he blunders. But other than that, I think it fizzled out. Whatever. No, man, he's going to go back. He's not going to do what you want. Yeah, he just tries to mess around a bit here. No, he's not going to take your rook. You're going to go back. You're going to be a draw, guys. Sorry for the disappointment. He was supposed to be winning. He was supposed to be winning. Rook B7, Rook B2 works. Maybe. What's the evaluation here? Still big advantage for black, apparently. But he needs to change the tune. Anyway, he needs to go back on D7. Oh, sugar. Oh, man, I don't know about a C3. That makes me a little bit nervous now. C3. I don't know what to say. For the very reason white doesn't need to take your guy. White just removes f7. I really... Okay. I don't think white was kind of... Okay, fine. Okay, whatever. The dice have been cast. He created a passer here. Okay, I understand. This is so bloody weird. Okay, but now the pawn just blocks the whole king's idea to getting closer. You can play this guy. They're gonna be moving here. You push this guy. They take. I don't know because you can't move the king. Is check. Look, this is weird. It's getting weirder and weirder and weirder. I don't think it was necessary that C3 idea. No, it wasn't. And there you go. You've got the supreme evaluation. He missed the whole bloody thing. Yeah, it doesn't work now. I think he better leave it a draw. If he forces this too much, he gonna lose. He gonna lose. Forget about it. Oh, for Christ's sake. I think I know what he intends to do. He intends to get the rook behind the A and just push this guy. And he hopes that the white rook is going to stay to stop the pawn. And in the meantime, the black king is going to do shenanigans here. That's Levy's plan. He gonna gamble on this, exactly on this avenue. I'm telling you, he gonna gamble. But he might just very well lose if it doesn't work. I think that's the plan in his mind. I don't know Levy's mind, but I guess he wants to force things. He doesn't want to give up because he's frustrated. He knows that actually he was supposed to win. He knows he felt it. He is close to win, and now he can't accept that actually it just turned a draw, and now he really wants to push things around here, and he don't want to accept he lost the advantage. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He wants to get the black rook on a7, and in order to make the black king more active and free. But I'm not sure what do you do with the black king. It's not clear. Maybe you want to go like this and, keep the king to defend the pawn. And when the white rook moves, you're going to push. But it's a lot of maybes and perhapses. Yeah, that's his plan. I'm not sure it's going to turn out well. I was having hopes that at least from the 3 streamers, he would have won. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Right. I guess White can play this. Then maybe you could play this. Then White King's gonna go back. Then you have no point of access. So King G7, you're not gonna push the pawn, obviously. You're gonna move the king somewhere. Not in front of your rook, obviously you're gonna lose the pawn. So you're gonna go D6, king's gonna go back on F6, and you have no progress whatsoever. And I hope for him that actually he shakes hand and he tells the other guy, he offers him a draw or something. Yeah, but King B6 can't go nowhere. Unless you want to go A5, and then you want to move the rook on the D file in order to do like what? You can't activate B4 nothing, I guess? Oh, right. Bang, boom, bang. Uh-huh. I see. I understand now. King B6, King A5, King B4. It could be. It could be. Okay, he gotta go back. He gotta go back. They playing like blitzing out now. They moving quickly. King A, yeah. The White King wants to come and take on C5, guys. It's not that easy. White wants to go for the C5. I would say leave it a draw. I would say just leave it a draw right now. What's the evaluation? Just leave it a draw. I don't know. Just it's not too many seconds on the clock. Just I don't know. So what do you do? This here, but you cut off your own king. It's very difficult. Not enough time. How do you play? How do you actually win? It's not clear. If you go B6, White's gonna go D5. So that stops you from King A5. Then I don't know. If you play, okay, King B6, fine. Now King D5, you want to bet? That's exactly what it's going to be. Okay, Rook D7. Okay, I get it. Then King's going to go back. No, I mean, sorry, we haven't calculated King D6. We haven't calculated King D6. And, oh, wow. Oh, sugar, he helps White to create another passing pawn. What is he doing? Is he throwing away everything or... Okay, if there is check, but king goes back attacking your rook, and then you're taking this guy, and then you go for this. Interesting. Interesting. So if king captures, rook checks, and due to the king's opposition, you've got to move the king. Okay, exactly. Rook c7. King's going to play here. If he attacks you, you're going to take this guy. What if the king, though, goes on d4? I mean, you're hoping for d6, but what if the king goes d5 or d4? Hmm. Okay, if king goes d6 or sorry, d4 or d5, then you do have space for king b4. Thus, the pawn can be pushed one more time. Maybe. And also you're attacking twice this guy here on c4. Okay. I think it kind of makes sense. But after king d4, if you play this, they're going to check you. But then you're going to have to go back. And then the king's going to, I don't know. It's clear for you. King d5, black wins. It's absolutely clear for you. Already clear. Absolute clarity. King d5, black wins. What about king d4? What about king d4? Everything is related to king b4. King d6 is funny. There is always rook takes on c4. Then you go for this guy. Then they take here. Then they take here. Then they take here. Check. I'm not sure. It's still playable. There is still a passer here. The game is not completely exhausted. There is still some possibilities taking place. And the guys are simply just doing blitz now. Oopsie. They're just doing blitz. There you go. King d5. Well, I didn't put the engine yet. But if they say that, yeah. But I did say king b4, though. I did say king b4. Yeah. King b4. Now white has to waste the tempo moving that rook somewhere. I guess he needs to do rook b3 now. If you don't do rook b3, you're in deep trouble. You have to do rook b3. Check right now. And the black king goes back on a5. Then Levy needs to find another way, which I don't know what other way is. Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, rook b3 is completely losing. So you got to drop the rook. And when you drop the rook, well, there's one more square moving for the black pawn. Okay, so a3, and I don't know what white plays. There is also this. Well, maybe a3. Maybe a3, maybe a3, a3, a3. a3, if king attacks, there is this, everything falls, and this guy is a passer. Looks like white's gonna lose after all. Rook c5, if they go here, you're gonna take more. Yeah, that rook c5 is absolutely great too. Yeah, absolutely. Rook c5, I don't see why not. Rook c5, taking another pawn, maybe taking another one, keeping an eye on this one, whilst the king goes together with the pawn, and probably you can't really stop it. So after all, looks like he might be just very well winning now. I hope for him, if he doesn't do anything funny. It's very difficult to assess king d6 as a draw. To me, it's not very clear. Probably was a draw based on what? On the fact that the white king can go for the f7? For me, it's not clear why king d6 was a draw on king. I mean, king d5, I can see it now. It doesn't look very good. It just doesn't look very good at all. It doesn't. It doesn't look very good for white, yes. So if king d6 was a draw, I guess it was based on the fact that the white king was closer to attacking f7. But still not clear. I mean, still not clear. I mean, not clear like what would be exactly in 20 moves from that point onwards. You could have just making like approximations. You could have just supposed, and yeah, okay. But I understand the principle. Yeah, I guess that's the principle of the draw if king d6. Okay. Where do you move the king? Probably here. Probably. If there's a check, you're going to go here. King a3. Can you do this? Check. I'm going b3. Yeah, but then they're going to keep checking you. So, guys, you're going to go king a3, right? King a3 for this in principle. You're in check, by the way. Okay, king c3. Okay. If there's a check, you're going to... Yeah, but the guy is still going to... Yeah, but then you're going to play this. Yeah, okay, that's good. I think that's okay. I think it's okay both ways. I think it might have worked both ways. King a3, king c3, they're both winning, coffee. They both winning. Now, I guess it's big chances the Lev is going to win. Very big. Now you can bet your monies, guys. That's probably very, very likely a win for black because of the pass pawn on a file. You got to be a bit careful here because the white rook wants to go also on a7. So it's not fully finished. Yeah, maybe you want to push the pawn and try to build up a bridge. Push the pawn. Rook plays here. Move the king here. You're going to build up a bridge, guys. No. You're building up a bridge. You're going to push the pawn. They take you here. You're going to put the rook behind your pawn so they can't attack you from behind. Push a3. If they attack your guy... What the... Wait a second. My choice was a3 here. Oh, a3 draws. a6 wins. Well, Levy's very inspired. Bloody hell, but this is so difficult to assess this one correctly. Yeah. Okay, he don't give the pawn very easily. I get it. I'm on the opinion to building up a bridge or something, but apparently there are resources for white. Yeah, that was a very, very complicated and difficult game Levy played this evening. A very tough game. Incredibly tough game he had. Very difficult. f6 with some chances for black. A very nice resource the Tomas Sosa from Argentina found the rook b7 that actually does a couple of things. Oops. Yeah. It's still not over. It's still not over. Okay, let me look at the time. 36 seconds for Levy, 1 minute 30 for the other guy. Rook a7 is a must, Coffee Acorn. Rook a7, you just want to do it. Totally. That's weird move, Rook b6. This is the weirdest move ever. Yeah, I think Rook a7 was the best one in that position. This one is very weird. I don't know. Now push a3. And if rook comes here, you're going to play, I don't know, b2 or maybe b3 because you still want to build up the bridge, right? Shielding the pawn. So a3, rook a6. Yeah, that's it. A3. And if rook a6, you're going to play this. And then if they check you, you're going to play rook to b4. If they attack you, yeah, and then you further push the pawn. So I guess. But then in the last moment, white's going to give the rook. You're going to take, but then white's going to play this and taking your guy, and it's going to be a draw, probably. I don't even know what the heck is going on at the minute now because there's still room for human error. He played a3, right? So white has to play rook a6, give the rook in the last very second, give the rook for the queen. and then the king's gonna march on, take on f6, and then black will have to stop those two white pawns, and the king is miles away. The black king is miles away from the f file. Yeah, escort the pawn, which will be taken exactly when they queen. I'm not sure. It still happens. Would have lost. Incredibly difficult. It's an incredibly difficult endgame. When you think it's over, it's actually not quite over. Yeah. You think it's over, but it's not, right? There is always a little bit of a resource there popping up. There is always something. And if you throw in the time issues, then you do have something. For sure. Rook A. Okay, guys, we're going to see King B3 now. We're going to see King B3 defending A3 and preparing some Rook A4, Rook B4, dependable on what white plays. That's a lecture in itself. We have to, yeah, that's a lecture in itself. Yeah, King B3, exactly. That's exactly what I said. King B3 for various Rook A4, shielding the pawn, or, you know, blocking check when necessary. King goes for this guy. So guys, this is the plan for white. Plan for white is when you queen, rook's gonna take your guy. Okay, shielding the pawn, exactly as we said. Now we're gonna have a check, but then it's just not over. Rook B1, not Rook B6. It's Rook B6 now, and now you're gonna move the king. You're gonna move the king in action. You're gonna move the king in action. Rook A4 protects the black pawn to promote. Now, what I think white might do is just rook takes, this guy takes, and I wish you guys all the best in the world, because I'm still don't. I mean, okay. I'm not. I think he should have taken. Takes. Bang, boom, queen. Nope. Because white is losing. But is he winning in this way? I'm going to move the king. Somewhere. Okay. I guess Levy wants to just go like this, zigzagging or something. He's going to go D3, E3, F4. I think white now is toast. Because king... Do you know why he played king C2? Because he stops rook B1. Now he's going to go D2. He's not going to go D3, because if he does D3, the rook goes here. He's going to play king D2, guys. He's going to play king D2. Because if he does king D3, rook comes on C1, and there's another question mark. Exactly, king D2, as I said. That doesn't allow rook C1. Now I think black is winning again. Well, he won a couple of times until now. What can I say? White can't check forever. You can't just check forever. And they'll, I mean, okay. Or maybe you can check just for a little while. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're going to go F2. You can't check forever. You can't check forever. A2 is going to happen. And then queen, and he will be celebrating then, I guess. But yeah, as we said, he was supposed to be winning a few more times. The pawn is protected. It's just going to go. White rook can't make it on the back rank to stop the promotion or anything. You just play king E2 and you're good. Levy, what are you doing, man? Levy, move the king. King E2. King E2. Check, king F2. And it just doesn't matter now. Whatever. A2, A1, queen. Queen is coming in the game. That's it. Come on, Levy. Move, man. King E2, for Christ's sake. There you go. He wants to give us a heart attack. So king E2, fine. Okay, there is a last check, and king F2, goodbye checks. very much goodbye checks. And then a2, a1, queening, goodbye. White should be resigning, right? Yes, by the looks of it, it's a massive -6. That's it. That's it. Yeah, but that's an act of desperation. Rook e6 doesn't do nothing. King f2. I hope you don't. I hope he doesn't play king d3 or nonsense, allowing rook e1 and then creating a big upset amongst the viewers. I hope he's a reasonable person, this Levy guy. He gonna go king f2, right? King f2. Oh, come on, Levy. You got 8 seconds, for Christ's sake. Move that king to f2. What the heck is he doing? Okay, king f2. Ugh. Can you push the pawn, man? Oh, it's White's turn. Apologies. White's turn. Well, I don't think it matters. What? King f1? No, but I'm not playing king f1. I'm playing king f2. Yeah, I got what you say. Man, that's a very difficult idea, what you said. King f1, rook e1, king takes. How is it a draw? It's a difficult idea. Anyway, I wouldn't have played king f1. I do king f2. I want to stay in touch with e1, preventing white rook to go back rank, and I want to be able to go quickly on the third rank if necessary. So I think that's the middle, the middle of the road here. Okay? That is one last resource. You just push the pawn. The guy's going to check. Yeah, you're gonna go just f3. They're gonna go here. What? Oh, come on. We said we don't do this no more. Okay. Okay, I thought that's gonna be the end of and queen, rook takes, king takes. This guy goes. King steps aside. I'll take. You move here. Come on, I still have to win after like 60 more moves. Right? You gotta push now. I think there's no other way. I'm sorry, Levy. You gotta have to work a little bit more. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what? Okay. Okay, this is the move of the day, rook a6 actually. This is the move of the day. It saved him an immense amount of work. Still rook a1 though, but that gives you one extra tempo for the black king. White's gonna take on a2, but you got one extra tempo. You're getting closer to your guys. So you're gonna move king f3, rook takes, rook take. Yeah, but you're closer. This guy takes, this guy takes. You're gonna step. Yeah, it gives you an extra tempo. Rook a6 is the move of the day. I'm telling you, Karimek. Thanks for joining, my friend. Rook a6 is the move of the day. I'm telling you. It's shockingly beautiful. He was actually able to pull out that move because I was just, I mean, rook a6 was just the move of the day. It's amazing how he found that move, rook a6. It's a brilliant stuff. So what he obtained is one crucial tempo, moving the black king closer to attacking f4 and f5 white pawns from behind. Keeps an eye on the a2 black rook. White rook is going to have to take. Well, they could just mess around with checking you a little bit. Okay. What? Okay. Now the hell do you do? What do you play? I don't know how you play. King e5? This is an incredibly difficult game. Probably after this game, Levy is going to regret going to Spain to playing in this tournament. He's going to say, the hell, I would better just staying home doing funny stuff on YouTube. I think he's going to regret going to Spain to playing this. It's yeah, king e5. It's incredibly demanding. It's very, very. There you go. You got to get checked just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, you're going to get checked a bit. Rook either checks you or they go back on a1. So either rook a1 or rook d1 check. That's for sure. That's for sure. So either this or rook a... Yeah, there's no other thing to do. Yeah, if they check the king, probably going to march like this. If they go a1, the question is, what do you do after rook a1? I mean, it's a bit annoying, you know? I guess you still have to march on with the king, whatever. You have to march on with the black king back to b2. It's a crazy game. This one is an absolutely sick game. You have to grind and grind and grind, hoping you're going to finally convert the advantage. There you go. There you go. Rook a1 and king c3. Of course. And now the onus is on white. I don't care. The options are getting quite limited for white now. I mean, you could do one last check, but then king b2. And yeah. Hello there, Daniel. That's cool. I mean, we're just wondering when exactly is Levy going to convert this advantage. He's been struggling for a while, but in a very good way and very wise. He played a couple of completely unexpected moves. And one move of the day in particular, rook a6, was a fabulous move he played. An absolutely amazing move he played. Well, it could be a forced mate like one, like in 15 moves or something. I don't know. Well, look, if I just manage to get a queen there, I think it's... okay, don't matter. I have to play king b2. Forced mate like in how many moves? 15, 20 moves? I don't know. Okay, yeah. So he ran out of options. I think that's very instructive. Now rook takes on a2. King's going to take. King's going to take. Yeah, you move the king now. Exactly right. King's going to have to make way. You're going to move your guy. They're going to push again. And pin. And that's it. Yeah, I said 15 moves, yeah? Okay, 17. Fine. I think that's the plan. This is the plan. King g6, king e5. You move up or down. Depends how you want to look at this. Then rook a6, pinning. And thank you very much. That was about a tough, very, very tough game. Okay, he moves away from the potential pin that is, but I think I can check you a little bit first, forcing you on the 6th rank. I think rook a7 is being required here. Rook a7. You don't play rook a6. If you play rook a6, he pushes the pawn. You got to play this one. What the hell is he doing? Oh, probably on the same idea. I don't know. I would have played rook a7. Oh, okay. Check. Okay, he wants to either make the king go in front of the pawn, which actually allows him to play this. Okay, it's done, guys. It's done. You either move the king away and I take your pawn and goodbye, or you move the king in front of the pawn. Therefore, I can play rook f2, and I'm going to take your pawn regardless. And it doesn't even matter what you're playing at that stage. Yes. So now the other guy is going to resign. Yes, yeah, he just resigned. He just resigned. It's a crazy game they played. An absolute crazy game. An absolute crazy game. Levy did deliver. I mean, he did play like a maniac. He played an amazing game. Fabulous game. I'm sure there were a few missteps here and there. It's a very long game with many twists and turns. Queen h4. Brilliancy he played. I was in complete awe. When I saw Levy playing this, I said, bloody hell, how the hell did he came up with this craziness? This was a beautiful move Levy played. Let's just show this to all of our friends. Actually, if you had taken here, the queen would have been this. And then whatever you do, and then knight takes back with big interest. It's just a fabulous move he played. That queen h4 was a phenomenal move. I mean, absolutely phenomenal move he played. I really loved the move. That move was just brilliant. And the rook a6, I think, although maybe the engine is not very ecstatic, but me as a human, rook a6, I completely admire the wisdom behind it. Rook a6, what a move. What a find. Okay, the engine is doesn't give too P on this one. But rook e6 is just a phenomenal find. Sorry, not here, apologies. Not this one. Where the hell was it? I don't know. It was a long time ago. 91.7, I think it's brilliant. Out of 77 moves against the GM. Come on, dude. That's just... Yeah, this is the move. This is the move. How the hell did they find rook a6 here? Rook a6, the engine said, is the best, greatest ever. I think it's an amazingly fabulous little find. This is just out of this world. So, look, the queen h4, which was a brilliancy... Okay, I admit it was spectacular, but rook a6 I'm a bit more inclined to consider. Rook a6 as move number 70. When everything is in a balance, you come up with rook a6. This is insane to find this. It's absolutely sick because rook a6 looks after the pawn, still preserves look and eye after your a2, and gives you an extra tempo to move the king closer to attack f4 and f5. It's a brilliant move. It's an absolutely out of this world. Move number 70, I would have been exhausted at this stage. I mean, I need like 2 liters of coffee. It's exhausting. It's just crazy rook a6 here. And he was in like 40 seconds. It's just so crazy. It's 10 seconds, man. He spent like 10 seconds and he came up with rook a6. This is just... It's absolutely admirable. So rook a6 actually I admire the most as a human. If you come up with this thing after 70 moves, versing a very experienced grandmaster, and you come up with rook a6, this is just absolutely brilliant. And there was another turning point, Coffee Acorn. Do you remember when I told you about rook b7 and stuff? Not this one. That was just, I mean, it's a long game. This one is a very long. It's around here. Okay, just forget about it. All Okay, fine. Wait a minute. What did I say here? I said I wouldn't take. I said I would move what? King or something. I'm not sure what I wanted to play here. Okay, whatever. Let me just show you something else. King here. Oh, yeah. Here, I said rook b5. Right here. Hello, Emmanuel. Good to see you, man. I said rook b7 because I want to attack with king d5 and things. The engine says rook c7 based on the same stuff. King g7, king d5, rook d2, king e5, etc., etc. What is wrong with rook b7? I think our friend Coffee Acorn saw something bad for black, right? Dude, that still wins, man, for black. That still wins for black. King g7, king d5. I wasn't further from the truth. It's an incredibly difficult ending, this one, to win against the Grandmaster. But my idea was very much closer to the objective truth because my proposition was, during the live game, that rook b7 would allow my king not to being skewered by the rook. Therefore, I can move my king, you know, and attacking something, namely the rook. So the idea was very good. Was a good idea. Rook b7 still wins. At that point, at some point, it still wins in principle. So that wasn't a bad thought, and that probably I would have played myself if I had the chance. Whew. Oh boy, what a tough game here. And Levy did bloody deliver. Absolutely, he delivered. He totally delivered. Yeah. Sorry for Eric Rosen and Anna Kramling, but yeah, Levy did it. I hope he don't get drunk or something this evening. He needs to stay sharp for tomorrow. So, guys, thanks for watching. D.L. Belmar, Daniel, Emmanuel, Coffee, Acorn, David, if he's still here. Thanks very much for being for the stream, guys. That was super cool. I totally enjoyed watching this guy, and I enjoyed talking to you, actually. If I was talking to the walls, probably I would have left a long time ago. But because you are here, I stayed. And I enjoyed this time here. Amazing. Absolutely great. So, guys, thanks again. Check my latest YouTube videos. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good night to you too, Daniel. And see you guys tomorrow evening. I reckon 6, 7 p.m. ish, I will be putting the camera on and seeing what these guys are cooking again. Okie dokie. Take care. See you guys tomorrow evening.